Apparently, you only have rights if you're a Democrat. It's a great point. Here's yesterday, Mark Thiessen was a guest on Fox News Channel and was talking about the way they're treating Trump, arguably worse than Charlie Manson.
Well, I think they ought to be relieved. Because if this judgment had not been lowered and Trump couldn't meet it, and if you want to make sure that Donald Trump is elected president of the United States, go let Letitia James walk up to Trump Tower and stamp an eviction notice on the side of that building and seize it. I mean, even people who don't support Donald Trump would see that as an outrage. And the fact that this was lowered from 454 to 175, 454 would have been outrageous. 175 is outrageous. This prosecution should have never happened. He's being prosecuted for, as you pointed out, in a victimless crime. The crime he's guilty of is running for president. None of this would be happening if Donald Trump wasn't running for president. They've issued 91 indictments against Donald Trump. Charles Manson faced 10. Okay, they're.
I mean, that's and the left went crazy, media-eyed. Oh, Fox News contributor says Trump is being treated worse than Charles Manson. Well, he does have a point. They issued 10 counts against the orchestrator of mass killings. Again, Bernie Madoff was expected to post $10 million bond. $10 million. One of the worst monstrous criminals Wall Street has ever seen. The biggest financial crime in the history of America was that evil Bernie Madoff. And he was expected to post $10 million bond. Mark Thiessen is completely correct. You want to get Trump reelected in a landslide? Seize Trump Tower. Mark is right. This ghastly Letitia James ought to be thankful that the appeals court came to Trump's rescue. 800-655-Mike. Did you expect them to be this crazy? You heard the clip from this Tristan Snell. I don't care about the process. We just got to get Trump. I mean, I played the clip for you 3 or 4 times. That's a lawyer admitting doesn't care about the play that one more time, Christian, so we make sure we have it right. This is a guy, a lawyer on MSNBC named Tristan Snell. Remember, this clown is a lawyer.
And honestly, this is so infuriating, I don't even know what to do. I don't even know if I care what the process is that these judges are arriving at. Whatever it is, it's flawed. I can tell you that much. I mean,
Yep, I know that. Well, I don't care what the process is. Doesn't matter to me, the lawyer appearing on national television. It's flawed because it went Trump's way. Anything that goes Trump's way is the end of the world. They melt down emotionally. Rachel Maddow is melting down because NBC dared to hire Ronna McDaniel. That's a woman from the network that has Jen Psaki with her own show. You know, the White House press secretary. If it's a Democrat, no problem whatsoever. If it's a Republican, oh my gosh, we're all going to revolt. Now, listen, we can acknowledge they're crazy. We know they're crazy. Did you think the craziness would be this bad? Michael's in North Carolina, 17 before the hour, in the Relief Factor studios. Hey, Michael, welcome to Phoenix today. How are you?
I'm good, Mike. I'm a huge fan of the show. Now,
thank you very much.
Not a problem. About that question you asked earlier before going to commercial break, now, here's the real truth. The Democrats have been all about destroying Trump ever since he was announced he was running for president back in 2015, was it?
Sure.
Yeah, around that time. And they managed to fabricate all of these false, quote-unquote, loopholes, these charges, just to make his life more and more difficult, ranging from the outrageous charges to the so-called fraud cases that's going on. Now, to answer your question, did I expect these people to become this crazy? Yes. And that's because that they care more about Donald Trump more than saving our country. It's an absolute mess.
Well, and Michael, that's the part that always gets to me, because I don't want to believe that these people hate America this much. But the thing that I keep reminding myself and reminding you, and I appreciate your kind words very much, is that they're not after Trump. They're after you and me. They don't hate Trump as much as they hate us. They hate the movement that he's created. They hate the populism of today's Republican Party. and they want all of us defeated. The problem is we're more than half the country. If you believe the polls, better than half the country wants Trump back in the Oval Office. And that's the crazy part. They're losing their minds because they're afraid and they are desperate. This is desperation.